Hey guys, Vince Domingo here from TechBeans, back with another video, and this is the OPPO F5.
No.
Hello OPPO, hello end of 2017, and hello to the world of bezel-less design smartphones. Yes, OPPO is back with a new flagship and with a totally new design. The OPPO F5 showing us its spanking new design language with that bigger, better display. I have to say, the moment I turned it on, immediately I was blown away by its display. There is so much screen now than ever before. It is mostly screen now, and it makes you feel like you're holding just a screen and not a phone in your hand. This is a completely new design from OPPO though, and it's the first in OPPO's line of smartphones to have this kind of design. It's only been 6 months though since the last OPPO flagship was released, which is the F3, and now we already have the F5. I think this is OPPO's answer to the growing trend of bezel-less smartphones in 2017. We did notice the big change in design for most flagships this year, with the likes of the iPhone 10, the Samsung S8 and the Note 8, and now OPPO's jumping on the same boat with the OPPO F5. Bezels are not edge-to-edge. They had to leave some up on the top for the cameras and other sensors, but for the chin below, I'm not entirely sure why it's there. There are no buttons down there. All of the navigational buttons are now on the screen or on the display, so perhaps they're just doing this for symmetry and that it wouldn't look weird. We've got the volume buttons at the left side, power button on the right side, and yeah, headphone jack at the bottom, along with the micro USB port and speaker grill. And we also have a dual SIM tray with micro SD card slot. It has a 6-inch IPS display with a resolution of 2160 by 1080 and a pixel density of 402 ppi. It all just means that it's a great display and that gives you a crisp and vibrant colors with great viewing angles. It's good, but not Samsung S8 or Note 8 good. But seriously, those phones cost 3 times the OPPO F5, so this certainly fits the bill. Now it's also worth noting that the screen is a Gorilla Glass 5, and for convenience, OPPO has included a screen protector pre-installed, so you don't need to buy a separate one. How thoughtful of you, OPPO. Thank you. Now, because of that near bezel-less design, the display really stretches out a bit without making the phone bigger. It now sports an 18:9 aspect ratio. The screen really looks taller and you feel so much more immersion from it. Most videos though will come out as having black bars to the side at full screen due to that new aspect ratio. But I hardly notice them at all when watching videos.
Charge 2. The Fitbit Charge 2 is a wearable fitness tracker.
How good is the OPPO F5 in terms of performance? It is certainly a joy to use. Whether it be swiping from screen to screen, switching between apps, playing games, or taking photos, everything is so buttery smooth and lightning fast. I can't believe this is not equipped with a Snapdragon processor. The chip that is actually powering this phone is a MediaTek MT6763T what? It's an octa-core CPU, clocked at 2.5 GHz, and the graphics chip is a Mali G71. These chips aren't really that known, but judging from how good it performed in my test, I can tell they're really good, and I really recommend them if you find them on other phones. It also has 4 GB of RAM, so really nice specs at this price range. And yes, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the camera. Maybe some of you are watching this just to know how good the camera is, specifically the front-facing camera, since OPPO has been aggressively marketing its brand and its phones as the selfie expert. And yeah, you have that text in front of the box that says, "Capture the real you." So let us just see how much this OPPO F5 is gonna capture the real you. But before we dive into the selfie camera, we're gonna first take a look at the rear camera. It's rocking a 16 megapixel sensor at f-stop 1.8 with LED flash. And going to the camera app, it certainly looks identical to the iOS camera app. There isn't really anything new or notable in the rear camera, but it does capture nice photos. It has 2x zoom, but it's just a digital zoom, not an optical one like you see on most dual camera smartphones. So it's going to be blurrier at 2x zoom. Here are some shots that I took with the rear camera at varying light conditions. Guys, if you want to see more of an in-depth camera review, I will be covering that on a different video. I'll be comparing it to my main shooter, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which is, by the way, the camera I used to shoot all of this video. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to see the camera matchup firsthand. Now with the selfie camera, there's a whole new story to tell. Of course, the front-facing camera has a different overall purpose, and that is to take great selfies. To be able to do that, OPPO has equipped the F5 with a 20 megapixel f2.0 front-facing camera with AI beautification technology and screen flash. There are a lot of effects that you can apply to your selfie, and once applied, it totally changes the overall look and feel of the image. Now this is a regular selfie with beautification turned off and depth turned off. Now this is a selfie with beautification turned on. As you can see, there is smoothing and facial restructuring going on. It's like having plastic surgery that you can turn on and off anytime. The levels of smoothness can be changed from minor smoothing to really aggressive smoothing. It makes you look like a Barbie doll. For a girl, it looks okay, but for a guy, maybe just apply 1 or 2 layers of smoothing if you really have bad acne. Now this is the selfie with beautification turned on and depth turned on. Now this is the image that I was really impressed with. The effect is similar to those of the portrait technology found on the iPhone X and Pixel 2, which basically blurs the background and focuses on the subject for that sharp professional look. The F5 comes with a 3200 mAh lithium-ion battery. On regular use like browsing the web, watching video, and listening to music, it lasted me a full day. But for playing games, it only lasted me about 5 to 6 hours, but that is to be expected, and gaming really pushes your phone, so no surprise there. There is no fast charging tech here, but the speed it got me from 10% to 100% was under 2 hours, which is almost, if not as fast, as Qualcomm fast charging. It does this with just a micro USB cable. Very impressive indeed. If you're looking for a USB Type-C, then you might get disappointed. It's not there. Audio is decent, it can get really loud and has some bass to it, but it's not gonna really wow you or anything.
The step tracker is definitely useful for all those people who jog or run a lot.
The F5 comes with Android 7.1.1 Nougat out of the box, and it's currently using ColorOS as its skin. No Android Oreo here, and it's not clear yet if the F5 will be getting the update. ColorOS kind of makes your Android experience more iOS-like. For example, the quick settings toggle can be swiped from below to access the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, volume, and etc. Even the icons too look like from iOS, and that camera app. But I guess if you're coming from an iPhone, it's going to be a familiar experience. I'm not gonna go over all of the ColorOS features. I'm just gonna mention some really cool features that I keep using a lot. First, the screen double tap to wake your phone. Really handy for those who don't want to press the power button all the time to wake the phone. And then there's the boost in the quick settings. Now this usually comes from an app that you need to download, but now it comes built in the quick settings pane in ColorOS, so you can access it all the time. This kind of boosts your smartphone's performance by removing cache, freeing up RAM, and provides cooling for your phone. Also, there's the split screen feature. Just turn on the feature in the settings, then hold the multitasking button, then select an app for each split screen, and voila! You have 2 apps running on your screen at the same time. And there's also the night shield. It adjusts the screen's color temperature. It can either make your screen cooler or warmer. It's a really great feature if you read a lot or look at your phone for long periods of time. Here are some of the features that the OPPO F5 comes with. The F5 now has the revolutionary Face ID. Wait, What? Isn't that an iPhone 10 feature? Basically, Face ID is a facial recognition technology that lets the user unlock the phone using just your face. It uses the front-facing camera to scan your face. I would say the Face ID works 80% of the time. We've tested this out with 50 face unlocks, and there are times that it doesn't recognize the user. You do have to try different angles though, and it doesn't work well in low light. Maybe that is why OPPO included the fingerprint scanner at the back. The fingerprint scanner in the OPPO F5 is by far my second most favorite feature, selfie cam being the first. The speed and accuracy of the fingerprint scanner is just mind-blowing. I am going to show you how fast this is right now. The moment the tip of your finger touches the scanner, it instantly unlocks the phone. Other features include the LTE, dual SIM tray with microSD card, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, no NFC, and that is pretty much it. Wish they included water resistance though, and USB-C and FM radio. Yeah, they're not there, but I guess that's what they have to do to keep the price down. But still, they could have just bumped up the price a little bit just to include those features. Now the 16,000 peso question now is the OPPO F5 worth it? Well, if you made it this far in the video, I think you have pretty much an idea of what I already think about the device. And yes, I really highly recommend the OPPO F5 simply because you've got almost every 2017 flagship feature all packed up in a 16,000 peso smartphone. So that's really a big deal. It's got a really nice display. The display is almost bezel-less. Number two, the fingerprint scanner, it's really fast. You get almost instant unlock. And also there is the selfie camera. The selfie camera here is just excellent. No doubt about it. And yeah, we have the cons, some room for improvement. We don't get the USB-C. Yep, don't get that with this phone. And also there is no water resistance. Also, it doesn't feel that premium. It's plastic build. It's not metal build or aluminum build. So it does feel cheap in your hands when you're using it. So yeah, that is the OPPO F5. I really like the phone. And if you have any questions at all, just leave them in the comment sections down below. Don't forget to drop a like. And if you haven't yet, consider unsubscribing to TechBeans to get more videos just like this one. And thank you so much guys for sticking with me till the end of the video. This is Vince Domingo from TechBeans, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.